Oh, it's all about the facelift today in Hollywood. That is for sure. Denise Richards, brand new work. I think I know who did it, and I think he's my guest today. Brad Pitt, everyone's talking about that. George Clooney, did he get it done? Tom Cruise, that's the enigma. Kris Jenner, we got the good, the bad, and the ugly of all the facelifts in Hollywood. And Kathy Griffin. It's Hot Mics with Billy Bush, presented by our friends at LA Golf. Hot Mics with Billy Bush. Great time. You know it. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We're live.
Well, I know we're live. That's why I want to come in. Billy,
Howie Mandel.
it's a special day, and you didn't mention that in the opening.
This is as close as he gets to any human being.
Is
Okay.
61 years old.
That's not true, you son of a
Today
bitch.
is your birthday. It is your
It
birthday.
is my birthday.
And it is a very special day, and I love you, buddy, and I wanted to do something special, and I happened to open my mouth in the office, and your whole production staff, Steve, all the people from Amp Digital, Alex and Kyle and Seth and Jeremy, they said, can we be part of it? And then I mentioned it out there. There's another company, Proto. They said, can we be part of it? Everybody chipped in. That's how loved you are. And we want to just, we'll take a minute. I know you got a whole show to do, but from everyone here, the hundreds here, this is what we present to you. It's coming in. It's coming in. We're very celebratory here. We are very celebratory, and this is for you. You are loved. You are revered.
Who is that?
Here we go. Cindy.
That
This is from everybody, not one. I want you to make a wish, young man. Make a wish. Blow it out.
Okay.
And happy birthday, Billy Bush, and many, many years.
Is that Kyle?
It's Cindy.
I looked at the shoes. It's not sitting. It's the scariest thing
All
I've
right,
ever
go
seen.
do what you do wonderfully. But
Listen,
that's from everyone.
Everybody chipped in for this?
Yes.
This is incredible. That's a hell of a cupcake right there. It is my birthday. Oh, so nice. I thought Howie was going to give me a break on the rent for a month, but no. He gave me a 1/17.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Hey, Steve. Kyle, that was you, wasn't it? There's Kyle. God, you're scary. All the guys there in the control room. What's a great team we have here. There's Daryn Carp. Hi, Daryn. Beautiful Daryn. We're seeing Daryn. She'll be in here for Hot Mics and Hot Takes in a minute. We're going to talk plastic surgery today. We're going to talk about the facelifts that are running all over town. I might need a facelift. This face of mine is getting tired. But we are live right now, as live can be on TuneIn and YouTube. I'm back. I've been gone for like 8 days on a road trip. I did my second psilocybin journey. If you listen to the Hot Mics episode that I did about the psilocybin journey, my first one was like unbelievable. I was pooping rainbows. It was so beautiful. You know what it was? It was like, it showed me what life is going to look like. All my daughters falling, in the right place and healing in all of their own ways, and like how beautiful that would be, and my ex-wife, everything was like total harmony, like a resolution with my father, like all these things I had to do. So the first one was like, this is amazing. And I did a whole episode on it, and I told you everything, the bumps, the bruises in my life, and I talked to my facilitator, my guide. He came in, Elon, and shared what we went through, and then I had the medical expert, Dr. Dan Kelly. Okay, then I did the second psilocybin journey. I'm going to do a full episode on this a week from now. I can't do it now because it was really, really rough. Okay, that doesn't mean that this is bad. Don't do it. I was fooled. I was duped. It doesn't mean that. They say you get the journey you need, not the one you want. And I think, 48 hours outside of this, I think I did get the journey I need. But man, that was the hardest thing I've ever gone through. So I'm not really ready to do it yet, but we're going to do it when all the pieces come together. Lot to flesh out. But they do say the best wine comes from suffering vines. Isn't that interesting? So before we get Dr. Ben Talei to walk in here, who is one of the top facial plastic surgeons in the world, has done a lot of famous people here, many of whom he'll talk about, and we'll talk about some of the big ones, big facelifts that are walking around town, Kris Jenner, Brad Pitt, before he walks in here, by the way, a Jewish man, a Persian man. So today, obviously, joyous for him. as the hostages are released. I mean, how high is Trump riding right now, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. He's thinking, you give some lady nobody ever heard of the Nobel Peace Prize, and I solve peace in the Middle East. Look, I did it myself. That's my 8th one. But did he? You know, I'm praying that this is that it's going to work out perfectly, right? By the way, the irony of Trump, the most volatile guy, you know, just solving peace in the Middle East. I don't know. I think there's so much celebration, and you don't want to tamp down. It's good news. It's good news what's happening. But there's so much that is vague and undone. I mean, look, Trump's roadmap, I just want to say it. Phase 1, ceasefire and hostage return. Agreed, done, deal, it worked. Great. Okay? We got 20 living hostages were returned. 26 unalive hostages will be returned. Not today, but they will, in exchange for 2,000 Palestinians. That's a deal here, huh? Israel releases 250 life sentence prisoners, right? 1,700 Palestinians that have been detained post October 7th, 2023, including women and children. So a lot of these are, you know, are families, but a lot of them are people that are probably not cured of their hatred of Israel, and they're being returned. So it's a nice deal for Hamas, who started the whole thing. 20 plus 26 for 2,000. Okay, so what happens next? The demilitarization and the removal of Hamas and their military assets, the complete destruction or disabling of tunnels and weapons and infrastructure and rocket production capacity, all this stuff. The problem is it's very broadly phased. There's no clear mechanism outlined for enforcement and reenactment. It assumes that Hamas is cooperating with this, but we don't have any evidence that they are. Phase 4, installing the transitional government in Gaza. Right? Gaza is going to be governed temporarily by an apolitical, technocratic Palestinian committee, handling all the municipal services, the reconstruction, etc. The oversight is going to be conducted by a new board of peace. Sounds very simplistic. A board of peace, and the chairman of that board will be Donald Trump. And it will include international international leaders like ex-leaders like Tony Blair. They suggest Tony Blair, so we think it's Trump and Blair. Trump is the chairman, so maybe Blair on the ground, but no one else. We don't have any names of anyone else. Hamas is to have no role, directly or indirectly, in any future governance. Okay. So what we have is a technocratic body that's coming in, but no clarity on who's going to be in it. Will it be accepted by locals? Will it transition to the Palestinian Authority? And how will that happen? We don't know. None of this is included. None of this has been worked out. Phase 5, redevelopment and reconstruction. A Trump economic development plan for Gaza. We all saw that funny AI video that turned it into the Riviera. Well, it's not that, but Trump's in charge of the development. I don't know if his cranes are going over there, but you know, this is all about rebuilding the infrastructure over there. Gaza to be redeveloped for the people, for the benefit of the people of Gaza, says the president. A special economic zone and preferred access and tariffs can be negotiated to stimulate investment, but this is going to be very, very expensive and take a long time, and it's very dependent on funding. No one even knows where the funding is coming from. We still don't have details on that. Who's going to put money in? Trillions of dollars. I mean, it does not provide guardrails either to protect funds from being misused or misallocated. That happens and investors go running. And finally, the path to Palestinian self-determination. As redevelopment and reforms in Gaza progress and the Palestinian Authority carries out reform programs, the conditions may become suitable for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood. The U.S. pledging to establish a dialogue between Israel and Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful coexistence. That sounds nice, but it's not an actual concrete done deal. I mean, They haven't been able to do this for over a century, but now it's all done. The plan doesn't, bind the U.S. to formally recognizing a Palestinian state, by the way, nor does it guarantee inclusion of the West Bank and who's going to govern the West Bank and what happens there. That's a major, major issue. Nothing on that. Critics say this is deferral rather than commitment, and it's pretty vague. As for the humanitarian aid, that's immediate. That's all on Israel, and they'll provide safe corridors to get all the trucks and all the food and all the relief in there. They'll do it. They will deliver on that because they never wanted this war in the beginning. It had to be said. Look, there are so many hopeful, peaceful people today. I'm so happy. You see those, videos of people being reunited, these 20 hostages that are falling into the arms of the people that love them. And you say, God, for everybody, we want this to be the case. I just don't want there to be like everyone's spirits are completely broken if something goes wrong, because there's just not enough concrete detail right now for a massive celebration. And remember, in the end, Hamas isn't going to go away if Iran continues to fund them, right? And who funds Iran? Russia. Follow the money. I just have to say that. But we're hopeful, and all those videos of people being reunited, that's just a good day. I'll take it. On my birthday, nonetheless, so happy about that. A man who's happy, because he wants good news like any Jewish person does. Dr. Ben Talei is coming up. We're gonna rock with some of the greatest facelifts that are walking around Hollywood these days, and some of the ones that are downright scary. All right, but first, Monday Night Football prize picks time. Here we go. It's where I go to win a little bit of money. I'll take you through it. Chicago and Washington, the Redskins and the Bears tonight. This is our sponsor of Prize Picks. They make this really easy. Okay, so the question is, Jaden Daniels, is he going to throw for over 223 and a half yards? More or less? What do you think on that? I think he's going to throw for more. I really do. I think he's unbelievable. He's really good right now. Caleb Williams, is he going to throw for 234 and a half yards more or less? The Redskins are just way better than the Bears, so I'm going to say less on Williams. More on Daniels, less on Williams, and that's it. That easy. Find two or more players, pick more or less under their projected stats, and you can play in over 40 states, including California and Texas, and you can win money. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you win. Use the promo code HOTMICS and download the app right now. Hot Mics with Billy Bush, brought to you by LA Golf, and we roll on here with Dr. Ben Talei, one of the top one-hand facial plastic surgeons in the world. Specializes in facial rejuvenation. He'll get into mine in a minute here. But also a friend. Dr. Ben, it is so great to see you. Thank you. My man just flew in from Paris and came right in here. You
Straight
look
across.
fantastic.
Thank you.
You look rejuvenated.
Yeah. We were Botoxing on the plane. Salmon
He said he
sperm.
carries Botox in his purse. Just like, hey, how you doing, sweetie? Come here. Nice to meet you. How you doing? It's like a little party favor for people. Oh, my God. Well, we first of all, we were talking about it a second ago. Congratulations to we hope this is a very good time here. With this peace deal that has happened today. I've been talking about it, and it's got a hold.
It's a relief. Even the hope of it, the promise of it, even for people to stop screaming and yelling hatred for like the 2 seconds because they have nothing to scream about right now. It's that peace itself is just magical, because we sit here every day and we're just nice people and we don't argue with people and we just want to be happy and left alone. But we just contacted and on Instagram saying people hate us for no reason, and every day for nothing. So even this moment of peace for me is fantastic.
Good family text threads going on. Lots
of amazing. It's
hopeful, cautiously hopeful.
Everyone's cautiously hopeful, but they don't care. They're just so happy that there's peace at this point.
Yeah, we'll take good news any day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's. So anyway, I texted Ben not long ago, and I said, Jesus, there's so many There's so many facelifts going on out there. It's all the rage right now. You must be so busy. And then I said, would you come in here and talk with me about the hits and the misses, the ups and the downs, and the pros and the cons, and the what the hell is that, and the wow, does she look good? And he said, absolutely. So here we are. Where should we? What is the key, first of all, Ben, to like a good facelift as opposed to a gnarly one?
Well, right now we're in this era of like undetectable surgery or not noticing surgery was done, where you want to look just like you aged better than everyone for no given reason. Okay. Now, in the past, this wasn't the case. It was all about altering people and having this artistic eye, looking at someone's face and not thinking, where did it come from? More thinking, how do I just lift it? How do I lift? How do I lift? And when you don't care about the anatomy, when you don't care about where it came from, you just lift in whatever direction you want. And there's 1,000 papers on angles of lift or shape of the eyebrow or arc of the eyebrow, because these surgeons who are so intelligent don't understand 101, basic anatomy. And now what's happening is we're going back and saying we can do this more naturally. And you don't have to make people look like foxes, cats, aliens, because we were in this era. They're still doing it in Turkey and Iran, where you have animalization, alienization, making them look. Remember, like the cat lady that we mentioned,
Jocelyn Wildenstein. Now, she did it on purpose. It was because of that ex-husband, like cats or something, initiated this. That was his kink. That was his kink, exactly. And she was down with it. However, now you look in the Middle East in certain areas like Istanbul and Iran, and the majority of surgeons are fantastic. But there are some who feed into this craziness of changing people and making them look like cats. I would say the ego of the surgeon is the biggest thing you have to watch out for, because they're like, look at me, I'm going to create a masterpiece. And people are not objects, and they're not sculptures, and they're not paintings. They're people, and they should look like people. No, this is what I tell every patient. I say, if you walk into the office and your doctor looks like they're dysmorphic or like they're an animal or whatever, I go, you run out of that office right away. Because they're going to make you look like them. And the number one reason for dysmorphic appearance, is not the patient. Everyone blames it on the patient. They're weird. They're crazy. I bet people want this. No, it's a dysmorphic doctor. Oh, God, they put up Jocelyn. A little late on the Jocelyn Wildenstein boys in there. Yikes. Good reminder. God almighty. Yeah. Did she ever call you and say, hey, it's your turn, Ben? We had been contacted in circles, several times. And oh, wow. I personally... never really was in touch with her, because I don't do that kind of work. Like, you don't come to me for creativity, you come to me for normalization. That's what I do. I heal the face. The face got damaged over time, and I heal it and I restore it and I make you feel better. You don't come to me if you want to look like strange. It's just, I'm not your guy. There are plenty of those guys out there, though. Okay. Well, all right, let's take, here's the thing. Some stuff we're going to have to suggest, and some stuff we're going to feel our way, but some stuff is all cleared and ready to go, and it is actually your work. Angie Everhart. Yes. You did. And let's take a look here with the fellas. Wow. And this is many years after I did it. Oh my God, does she look? How old is Angie? She's stunning. She's stunning. I know her age. I won't say it, but she's. Does it begin with a 5 or a 6? It's right on the high fives. Yeah, but she's, oh my God, she's amazing, stunning, and she was stunning before I did anything. I did her facelift awake on, maybe it was E! News. I can't remember. You were awake, or she was awake, and she's a redhead. You don't do this on redheads awake. You could touch her with a gauze and she screams like cotton balls. She would scream. Why redheads? Redheads. Gingers have this genetic predisposition to not tolerating pain very well, and they metabolize anesthetics very fast, and they bleed a lot. Oh wow! And she's as ginger as you get. How do you give a facelift to someone who's awake? It's just your whole thing is numbed. Yeah, you use numbing, and she tolerated it pretty well. But we did it live, and it was amazing because you're operating on supermodel anatomy. And everything in there, even though she's bleeding, is just so clean and perfect. Her muscles look, it was crazy. Wow. And she has withheld that. I think it's been 8 years now, or 7 years I did it, and she looks just like day one, which is a testament to the type of lifting that is done. How durable is it? She looks amazing. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Someone else did the rest. Fun I noticed girl. Something else might be done in there. Body, I don't know. I don't look below the collarbone. Yeah. keep the sheet right here, but also good work. I will say that. Yeah. All right, let's just go right to the one everyone's talking about, and that is, other than, we'll get to her, Kris Jenner, but Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Like, just give me your profession. You did not do Brad Pitt.
No, I didn't do Brad Pitt.
Do you know who did Brad Pitt?
There are kind of talks amongst the
community.
In the community in the underground about who did it, which you never want to identify who did it because that's like leaking information.
That's their business to do.
It's their business, and no doctor wants to be the one who leaked it. So we're all kind of like respectfully say we think someone did it. So we leave it alone on who did it.
But he definitely. You're how sure are you that he did something?
There's zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get like sued by anybody here, but like there's zero doubt in my mind because there are indicators, and there's also changes in hairline that have happened since he's healed. So he was puffy in the awards show that he went to about 3-4 months afterwards. Then by the time he did F1, he was not only supremely healed, but he had already cleared off his hairline back here. When you do a facelift on a man, this hairline shifts back. So you immediately know, like a Travolta look, you immediately know that it was done because the hair is now touching the ear.
Oh.
And he cleared it back off with electrolysis or laser or plucking or shaving, whatever it was. So in the F1 movie, under H8K, like you can't see it.
Wow.
And he's got a couple of little bands coming back already, but that's fine. I mean,
he looks amazing.
I think he looks great. He looks really, really good. So whoever did that did a great job, super natural. And they didn't touch the eyes, which is one way of going about it when you want to preserve someone's identity. Now you send someone to me, I'll touch the eyes.
What do you mean you don't touch the eyes? You don't pull anything near there?
There's a level you have to, well, one is, let's say you're Brad Pitt. You're going to want to preserve your character, and it's super important to you. You don't want it to change at all. So you ask the surgeon in most cases, don't touch my eyes. Don't touch my brows. I'm scared about that. I trust you to clean up the neck, though. Go ahead. And I think that's what he did. In my situation, if I have an actor and I've done my few favorite actors in the history of the world, I completely do the eyes and the brow, and you'll never know that. You know them, and you'll never know that I did them. Not even possible. So for most actors, if they're wondering, should I touch my eyes and I'm a character actor, I tell them don't. Unless you're coming to me, I will do it safely, and I promise you I'll do it safely. Where no one will know, you look like the younger version of you.
Woo! We are talking to elite facial plastic surgeon Dr. Ben Talei.
Self-proclaimed.
Elite. I'm saying it for you, my friend. Denise Richards, she just recently finished. Let's take a look before. This is Denise Richards right here. Yeah, the whole thing she just looks old. I mean, too old for how old she is. And there's, what's going on in this photo?
So I'm pretty sure this is during the
lip injections.
Charlie Sheen documentary. And structurally, if you look, she has a few things going on. One is a little bit of lip filler, and the other is a little under eye puffiness.
Yeah.
And that's it. And the rest of it's just kind of makeup. So she's not somebody who classically has a lot in her face, but because she's such a delicate face, when you put the wrong filler, which is what that is, that's wrong filler. When you put the wrong one or too much, it makes the mouth look a little sausagey, heavy, and downturned.
Yes, that's a downturn. That's what she's got.
And the under eyes retain water, and it makes the whole face look puffy. So now she looks puffy only from a few drops of filler. You think she has a ton of filler in there, but there's no way. That's just a little tiny bit. And structurally, she's one of the most beautiful people ever created.
Oh, she's so gorgeous.
Stunning. Gorgeous.
Let's see what happened. Here she just got the work done. Let's take a look at, oh, wow.
And this is insane.
Mama's back. Mama's back. Oh, Denise D. Nice is looking, oh my God. Now, who possibly did this work?
Probably the best guy in the world. We don't know yet, but probably to be able to.
Did you do this?
I don't know yet. But like, let's say you zoom in. Let's say you zoom into those eyes, and you look at those eyes. And this is what I was telling you about the guy's stuff. If you look at her eyes and you compare her eyes to when they were younger, this is restorative to her prior eyes. The sharpness, the contour, even her forehead is sexier. Have you ever seen a sexy forehead? That's a sexy forehead.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
That's a sexy forehead. So even that can be done naturally, and you can't even tell.
Nice work.
Maybe, thanks.
If it's you, nice work, Denise. I'm so happy for. All right, now Kathy Griffin is an interesting story here because she was nasty to me. So I'm gonna leave out. She said some things about me, and I tried to reach out to Kathy in a time that she was going through a difficult period. I wrote her a nice note, and she ended up reading that note publicly and ripping me apart. But whoever did this is, first of all, it's difficult work. You're never going to make Kathy Griffin like a knockout. She's just, it's not possible. And by the way, you did say orange hair. She looks like Andy Dick on the left. I'm not going to lie. I don't give a shit. She's a nasty person. She's a nasty person, and that is for sure. She's very nasty. Yeah. But
I'll be on the side of
that's good work.
I'll be on the side of I like her face.
Yeah,
I love her face. I think she's lovely. But no, I understand where you guys had a falling out. But facially,
I didn't have a falling out. She was very nasty to me. But we'll move on from that.
Yeah, but we'll keep me safe, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, no, but I think she's lovely, and her face. The issue specifically, if you see in that last photo, was she's very thin, had prior facelifts that killed the fat in her face, which happens during facelifts, and when you have that, on top of having a thin body and you're aging, it ends up turning skeletonized. Yeah. And not only that, when she would move her face and smile, there would be holes everywhere, indents. So that's a combination of fat grafting, revision facelifting, and doing a thing that only I do actually, which is called SMAS optimization, which means I actually took the muscles in her face and put them back together.
Whoa.
And this is something that I haven't seen anyone else do. But because of that, I was able to get these smooth contours.
Wow.
And you can see how much smoother it is from one photo to the other. Yeah. Even though she has, I think, a little bit of a filter in that photo when they're filming, you can't deny the changes in the contour and everything.
Put the side-by-side up again. I'm going to say, Kathy, you were nasty to me, but I'm going to be nice to you and say, you look wonderful.
You look nice.
There you go. You look lovely. Good for you. Call me, girl. Hey. No.
She looks good.
All right, let's go. Now, listen, Sia used to walk around with like a cloak on her face. She was hidden. She had like a bag over her head. And now, hey, she's out there showing the world her beautiful face.
Yeah, she was covered for years. Yes, this one I did. And it went public. Actually, I didn't expect it during an awards show. Where they were giving me an award, and she showed up to surprise me and give me the presentation, comes on stage, shows everyone her before and after on stage on her phone, and says, I just can't say enough. I just can't say enough. You want a facelift? Go to Talei. You want a facelift? Go to Talei. It was like promoting me on stage. And she's so beautiful, so lovely. So I was incredibly happy for her. Now, in LA, she knows she's kind of like Kris Jenner. Like they're in the center of social life for everybody. Yeah. Everyone circles around them. So she's sent me so many people because she's so happy with it. Now she shows her face.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you know what? And now she's happy. Like she's put you in a better mood when you look good.
Yeah, incredible person.
Kris Jenner. Let's talk about Kris Jenner for a second. We all know it's Dr. Steve Levine in New York.
Correct,
he's a friend of yours. I don't think he can hide. I don't think he's wanting to hide from it.
No. So Steve's not in the media a lot, and thankfully when Kris came out, everyone noticed how great she looked. And there were a few people who have like doctors' podcasts or other things who had mentioned she likely had a facelift. And then it went viral. And at this point, she came out and said, listen, Steve Levine did this. She wanted to give credit to him. And he's a great surgeon. He's in New York. If you know Dan Baker was kind of the god of New York plastic surgery. He was his protege and took over and excelled even beyond. So Steve is doing great work over in New York. And Kris is a good friend of mine. I'm so happy she looks fantastic.
Kris Jenner, now, she looks like she's 20. In really a lot of these photos, but I know the Kardashian family, and they use filters. I took a picture with Kim Kardashian in an interview years ago, and they had 5 people in the clearance department before I could post it. They went through it, they edited the photo, and they're like, here, you can use this. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, could you do that for me, too, by the way? Yeah. Could you whatever you just did for her. So, what we're seeing of Kris out there might be a little, in person, it might be not that like smooth, but this looks pretty amazing right here, right?
Yeah, this looks fantastic. Like, she looks good. She's still got her like full cheeks, hasn't changed those very much. Jawline amazing, and then her eyes brightened up a little bit as well. For her, structurally, she's already got it naturally. Yeah, and you clean up a couple of things on her in a good way, and she looks great. And she's always photographed well too, even before she had done this. She had a facelift, I think, years ago in Beverly Hills, and photographed great for years, and now it's like even better.
In the category of momagers, she's one of the real hot ones. Have you done you've done something for? Can you say for Kim? Have you done?
Kim, I've never done anything. I'm good friends with her, and I've seen the little baby. She doesn't do much face wise at all. So I've kind of watched her face throughout the years.
Is there? I'm not going to ask about Kim because she's your friend, but is it possible? Separate question. to get booty implants?
She doesn't have booty implants.
That's real. That's her booty.
Well, I don't know exactly, but there's not implants. Implants are pretty bad.
You can put injection of.
You can do different things, but implants are really, really bad in the butt. It's like two giant balloons, and those typically look a lot more strange. They look like shelves that are on there, and you see that more in the Latin population. So the butt implants are more Colombia, Peru, South America, more where they do the butt implants, and they're a little strange.
See.
Yeah, I immediately actually I was
You
about
can
to
rest
go
a drink on some of those butts.
No, that's how they are.
You could like literally put
a shelf.
your pina colada on the butt shelf.
I was about to go out with this newscaster, and from one of those countries, I won't say because I don't want to narrow it down, but I went out with her, and she's gorgeous. But then I like put my hand on her waist, and there was like a shelf there. And immediately I looked at her and I'm like, we're done.
We're done. Can't do this.
No, I'm a plastic surgeon, but I need
no right
natural.
angles.
I need natural, yeah.
I with you. Let's get back into the dudes. I mean, the most classically handsome, movie actor, Kevin Costner, a single man running around, 70 years old now, dating all kinds of hot women.
Yeah.
Did he have work done? I mean,
to me, it looks like it. I'm a fan of the show. I think Yellowstone is just an incredible show. So I was watching it pretty closely. And funny enough, we see this photo I think it was between season 3 and 4, because he died in 5, I think. 5 was the one he's gone. So between season 3 and 4, I remember looking at season 2 and 3 thinking, please let this guy come to me. Please let this guy come to me, because he had done nothing on his face. And I like virgins, like not sexually, just in surgery. Yeah. I love virgins.
Virgin face.
Virgin face is what I mean. And he had this virgin face. And I was like praying, I go, please, there's a few, like Sandra Bullock or somebody where I'm like praying they come to me. She hasn't, because I just said that. So I'm like, right. I pray they would come to me. And he was one of them. And then this, so funny that we see it, you see 2 bulges over here in the neck, which are his submandibular glands, and then kind of missing area in the middle, and then tightness inferior, but then lines on the side. So this is kind of a classic indicator of surgery. Of a facelift, neck lift, and certainly if you turn them to the side, you'll see little, scars and things like that. That happens when somebody cuts out tissue in the midline, but doesn't address the glands on the side, or they shouldn't have addressed any of it and just tightened it. So it's not a desired outcome. That's an undesirable outcome.
I like a light little winch, just a little tighten. I know you're looking at my face here. It's going to be time soon. I mean, I'm analyzing. Listen, I'm a tired old guy.
I'll wait till we're
done. And by the way, I'm gonna look amazing. Sly Stallone's done he's had more facelifts than Billy Crystal, I think. I don't know, but Clooney and Stallone. Okay, let's do these guys together. Sure. Keep this photo up here. Clooney and Stallone. Clooney looks good there on the left.
Clooney looks fantastic.
Looks great.
That's before his facelift.
That's before facelift.
Yeah, that would be before. You see his contours around his tragus. His neck, the way it's folding, is very natural. If he had those folds from a facelift, they'd have a little more pull on them. So this is him. I think I love his face like that. Since that time, I've seen him in the news, and I've noticed a few things.
You think he's done some things?
To me, it looks like it. It looks like he's lost weight too, which makes it look worse. So now that you have a lot of weight loss going on, and it could, they have the Ozempics and this and that, but a lot of people are losing weight. Bradley Cooper looks like he lost weight. All these guys, they end up looking kind of gaunt and unhealthy.
Yeah.
And even if they haven't had surgery, it looks like they've had surgery because they look waxy and gaunt because it looks unhealthy.
So if you're going to do a GLP-1, then get a facelift too.
Yeah, right? Well, you have to add fat to it or something. But certainly, yeah, his lift wasn't as great, I'd say, as like Brad Pitt's.
Yeah, Brad's fantastic.
The
coup de grace. Here's the question. Tom Cruise is the mystery man. I always look at him and I'm like, he must have had something. He's 60. But I don't know. There's no documentation of it. Some people say no. What do you think?
To me, it doesn't look like he's done a facelift or eyes or brows, but his neck is holding up incredibly well. So it's not impossible that he did something minimal, super minimal in the neck. Not to the level of the face and neck lift, but something super minimal is possible. Otherwise, I think he's just a genetic anomaly. I mean, Brad was too. They're both genetically, pretty big advantages. My guess at this point is either he did something super minimal in the neck, or he just hasn't done anything that looks great.
Dr. Ben Talei is with us. He is, I'm telling you, one of the tops. Facial plastic surgeons, facial rejuvenation. Give us the Denise Richards photo one more time. The after of Denise Richards, because I think when Denise is asked the question, she is going to say, it was done by Dr. Ben Talei. And I just want to say, if she says that, take a look at that. That's really well done, sir.
I think she's the hottest. There's nobody hotter than that.
Thank God you did, because exactly, oh my God, she's so hot. You have to have a hot Denise. This is so good for her.
She's so hot. And officially, nobody knows who did it. But there is a court case, unfortunately, going on where she's getting divorced, and my name is in one of the one of the court documents. So, but not because we were doing anything together. Just
no, because she had to pay for that. I mean, I guess
something. I don't know.
Who knows? We don't know.
We don't know.
The final question I have, Dr. Ben Talei with us, and is an important one, and that is, I'm asking for a friend.
Yes.
Okay. Is the penis extension, is that a safe thing? Just a friend. Is this, when it's safe? You see that guy right there?
So the reason you're asking, there's tales amongst Billy Bush's friends that he had too many reductions in order to start walking normally.
I was thinking about introducing you as the man who successfully completed my second penis reduction, but
and now you
no
can
one
walk
would
straight,
believe it.
But your lower back has never been better.
Finally, I can. They'll never. It's too intricate an organ.
Yeah,
you got what you got, Doc. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. It's
really
great.
Appreciate it. Right from Paris, France, on the ground and straight over here. We really appreciate that. That's awesome. All right. Hot mics, hot takes coming up. Daryn Carp will be in the house. We're going to go through it all. She wants to chime in on this plastic surgery stuff, too. So she's been looking at the photos in the hallway. She's got a couple of thoughts. She's an expert on the Real Housewives. So, maybe there. Maybe she's seen a little work done up close. She's been anxious to tell me about what's going down with the Real Housewives of Miami, and I don't know. And frankly, let's see if she can make me care. And we're going to talk some true crime. But first, a word from our sponsor at Venbrook Insurance. We love them there. Christina Oakes runs private client at Venbrook. Christina told me about a family whose attic AC unit was leaking for like months. They had no idea. And you know what that means? Mold in the house. Their home became uninhabitable, but because of the fine print in their insurance policy, a minor oversight became a major out-of-pocket expense. It can happen to anybody. Insurance needs, especially for high net worth individuals, are not one size fits all. You need a partner who understands the fine print, gives you an insurance strategy. We're talking about specialty coverage, liability insurance for staff, and layering policies to protect large assets. The right insurance partner gives you confidence to make bold decisions. That's why Venbrook's tagline is boldly go forward. Put your insurance strategy in place today. Book a free consultation with Christina's team at venbrook.com/hotmics. And please tell them Billy sent you. It would be my pleasure. And Hot Mics rolls on thanks to our good friends at LA Golf. I'm trying to squeeze in as many sponsors as I can. Just keep saying it. Daryn Carp is in the house. We're going to do a little Hot Mics, hot takes, baby. Where do you want to begin? Should we begin, because I should have said something at the top, with the passing of Diane Keaton?
Well, first off, before we even get into that, Billy, happy birthday. My queen, the love of my life, my reason for being. I just had to say happy birthday. It's good to, you look good for 65.
Yes.
You look fabulous for 65. I'm going to put this out of the
way
a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to mess you up. Diane Keaton, she was the first off.
Speaking of queens.
Big Annie Hall fan. First Wives Club is probably one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. First woman for me, even though she's straight, or, was the first woman I ever saw in menswear.
I know, you thought that she wasn't. Because there was
that was insane. And I only wear suits now. And I remember feeling a little, I don't know, confused if I wanted to even go get off the dress route just because there's so many assumptions that are made from you as a woman if you start to dress a little bit more mask. I was always a tomboy. But Annie Hall and Diane Keaton, man, they made that happen, and I give it up to her. She has made a suit look chic for like 79 years.
She gave you the floodgates were open.
The floodgates were open, and now full mask. I'm going in suits everywhere, and I never think twice about it. And she made it feminine, and she made it fun, and that was something that I could always really relate to, even as a young kid. 79
years old, Diane Keaton. Just, I know she's struggling with memory issues in the last few years of her life. I have a couple of friends who were neighbors of hers. I remember going to a party at my friend's house, and literally Diane Keaton walked right through the hedges, and she was like, "Hi, everybody," and Diane Keaton was partying with us for the evening, and it was so fun. But I do know that for the last few years, she has struggled with memory issues, and I don't know that that's what, in the end, it took, is why she passed away, or if it contributed in what way, I don't know, but I do know that.
Yeah, and I know that they said that she was giving up selling her dream home last March, and that was kind of a sign of something because it had been something she loved forever. But Diane Keaton was like the perfect example of a celebrity that I love because she wasn't really in the headlines for like Diane Keaton hooks up with blah, 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 blah. She was just an actress and a good person and a humanitarian, and I really liked her, and she was funny.
And what about that fashion, baby? I mean, let's just talk about androgynous menswear, turtlenecks, the vests, the ties,
bigger clothes,
the big belts, the cinch waists,
three-piece suits, ties, hats,
fedoras.
Oh, man, she could make it happen, and she made it work, and it was her. She made it feminine. She just gave permission to so many, I don't know, I think kind of tomboy girls like myself to just own it and still be a female, just happen to prefer menswear. And I love, like, you can't get chicer than that. That's like cover
look
of
at
Vogue.
The middle. That's so stylish in the middle
sexy.
Right there.
She made it sexy. She made it sexy.
Oh.
Big fan of Diane Keaton. She will be gravely missed.
Diane, you were an absolute legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the Hall of Fame, in every single category, you will be missed. Something's got to give. That's going to be mine right there. That's my...
That one,
Diane Keaton with Jack Nicholson.
That
the way
was
she handled
a great
him.
cast, of course. That was a great cast.
That old dog. All right, let's rock away with the Real Housewives of Miami. Do we have lesbian drama going here?
You said you wanted lesbo drama, and I have it for you today, Billy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, have you ever seen an episode of Real Housewives of Miami?
No.
Okay. All right, so it's in its 9th season. It was off the air for a few years. It came back. We're well into it. We finally have an LGBTQ IA+. We have a lesbian on the cast, okay?
Hey!
We have a lesbian on the cast out, and here's where you come in. She's married to Martina Navratilova, who I know that you are at least aware of.
Oh, please.
Okay, this is what gets men actually into it because all the men have such respect for Martina. They always come up to her, biggest fans, want pictures. I mean, she's the stud of the season. She's
clearly a younger wife there.
Coming from plastic surgery, I don't know. Julia Lemagova is a Russian model, and she's tall. I mean, she's got to be at least 5'11".
Okay, there's two Ovas. They're both Ovas?
They're both Ovas. Lemagova, Martina Navratilova. Yes.
Yes.
They are. They just adopted 2 sons together. They have a beautiful family.
Oh, and there's drama. What happened?
Okay, so the reunion comes up. We're in part 2 of this season of the reunion. To make a long story short, her and this other cast member, Adriana Demora, have been soul sisters, best friends since she came on the show. Adriana brought Julia in. They have been close as close can be. They even did like a friendship proposal to each other, just committing to each other as friends.
Oh.
Martina's totally cool with all of this stuff. Then this season, there started to be a lot of drama, and they started to not like each other. And I thought it was because Julia, like the other members of the cast, Alexia and Marisol, who don't like Adriana, so I thought maybe there were loyalties. Part 2 of the reunion drops the other day, and it turns out Julia Lemagova tells Andy that her and Adriana Demora slept together on cast trips a few years ago, cheated on Martina with Adriana, and Adriana has been holding this against her as blackmail the entire season.
Like I'm going to tell Martina
Correct.
On you if you don't be my bitch? Or...
Correct. Unless you do kind of what I say. This is what Julia is
Martina,
claiming.
The legendary Martina, now Hall of Fame tennis player, is her wife cheated on her and it's now out, and on this format is how we find out about it?
This is how we find out about it, although Julia did admit that she did tell Martina about this. So it kind of, cuts Adriana off at the knees. She really has nothing.
Yeah, you can't blackmail. You can't extort me.
Now there's nothing because Julia has admitted this.
I told my wife. I told Martina.
Then Adriana said it wasn't just her that Julia slept with.
Oh!
She also slept.
Where there's one, there's two.
She not only slept with a cop, but that she slept with a Haitian mortician, and apparently in a hotel. And apparently Julia Lemagova had to buy her or him, I don't even know, a coffee machine as like a reconciliation prize.
That's all it takes.
But a Haitian mortician
I would cheat
was
every
oddly
week if it only
specific.
cost me a coffee machine.
I'm like, I don't know who to believe, and Julia's denying it. But a Haitian mortician, I mean, you can't get
Male
more.
or female? Do they have female Haitian morticians?
I don't even know. But then Adriana also says, this is also the topper that kind of got me. She says that her and Julia could not have had sex because Adriana doesn't have a penis. So apparently, lesbians, myself included, have never had sex before. I didn't realize that you couldn't have sex. I thought what me and my wife were doing was that, but I guess I learned I don't have a penis, so I guess that's not true.
It's something else.
I need something else, apparently.
So
yes.
she went on a technicality to try to
Correct.
get out of this one.
Admitted they kissed.
It's not sex.
Admitted they cuddled, but she doesn't have a penis, so technically
Because there's no this.
there's no insertion of that
We used
genitalia.
to do this as kids.
Correct. There can be
used to
insertion
like
of
to
other
do that.
things. God willing. But correct. Does this make you want to watch The Real Housewives of Miami?
Totally, from the beginning.
Thank you. I knew it would convince you.
Sold, baby. That was
Yes.
amazing. Oh my God, Martina, you legend. I wonder if like Chris Everett Lloyd and Pam Shriver and some of the other great female talent that they're watching, like, oh, did you see what happened to Martina? Oh,
Martina
shit.
apparently is known about everything. They've worked it out. They've got kids.
How long have they been married, Martina and Julia?
God, I want to say at least 10 years.
Okay, so maybe that spices it up a little, you know?
Or maybe people just understand.
Ooh.
I mean, every relationship is different. Some people use it against other people, and I'm like, maybe they have an open situation. Martina was on the road, Julia, whatever. But she knew about it, which I felt was at least nice, because that would have been horrible for Martina to find out in this way. I would like to think that I am not finding out information at the same time that Martina Navratilova is, but in her own marriage. But it's Housewives world, baby. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
They say, what is that great expression? The devil. What is
the
it?
devil, you know,
The
is
devil's something, but the devil has nothing on like a Housewives producer or something. I don't know what it is.
Whatever
But
it is, it makes sense.
These
and
people
I'm for
are
it.
sick people. There's no question.
They are not. They're amazing.
They do a great job.
They are incredible. They are not sick. They are incredible.
Oh.
But I do think Adriana was gravely wrong saying she didn't have sex with Julia because she didn't have a penis.
All right, Haitian mortician, and you said some, at least no, and a mattress salesperson
And a
or something?
cop. I believe
And
it was a
cop.
female cop. It was a cop.
Okay,
Yeah.
unbelievable. All right, Meghan Markle, she keeps trying to get into our good graces here. Continues to remind us why she's just like us, flaunting $300,000 in jewelry at a charity event
Love that.
in Santa Barbara. Oh my God. Is there any part of Meghan that you can see a redemption in? By the way, you'd date her though, right? If she were,
No, you know what? This is the difference between lesbians and straight men. Like, we have standards for the women I feel like we date, and you guys are just like, oh, she's hot, but she's killed a person here or there. Like, that's fine. It's cool. I'm cool with it. It's what's a few people over the course of your life? That's fine.
If something happened with her and Harry, if they had, I mean, I would be like, she's
get me.
horrible. Sure, yeah.
I'm sure she's going to want to date you after all the things that
8
you've
o'clock?
talked about now. For sure, you're top of her list.
I could be wrong. You know what? She could be like, I always said this. I said, if I was seated next to Meghan Markle at a dinner party, I'd probably have a lovely conversation with her.
You probably would. And
Yeah.
she's probably lovely. I mean, the only thing that bothers me really about her is that she pretends to be something she's not. You know, I always quote that stupid show she has where she's like doing that homemaking thing on Netflix, Meghan and whatever. And one of the first episodes, she's, Mindy Kaling comes over and she's like, I love your outfit. Who makes it? I love your outfit. And my wife is very fashionable. And Meghan Markle's like, well, I'm very high-low. She's like, my pants are from Zara, which like, okay,
That's
that's low. I shop at Zara. Totally cool.
me too.
But then she's like, my top's Loro Piana, which is probably at least a $2,500 top. And I'm like, no. You're not high-low. You're just an asshole. This is an asshole comment to make.
I agree.
Just high-low and like laughing it off, and then you're kind of like, well, I don't want to be on the spotlight. I'm just going to show up to Kevin Costner's charity event in Santa Barbara with $300,000 of jewelry. It's like, South Park does an amazing rendition of them. If you don't want to be seen, it's pretty easy not to be seen.
It is very easy.
Especially in Montecito. Do your thing. It's fine. You don't have to call the paparazzi. If she was just doing charity work and none of that, I really wouldn't have a problem with her.
I'm just like, why do we need to hear from them? Is my thing. Is like,
I don't
well, you know
really
what? Why
get
are you
that
the
either.
keynote speaker at all these charity events? You're not your
You're an
husband's
actress,
mother.
which is fine.
You're an actress. You're fifth
you're
on the
not.
call sheet at Suits.
You're not on the front lines, volunteering in Gaza. Let's pretend you're not doing that. I've also never been a royal fanatic. I know that's very anti-whatever.
Well, neither is she, so.
Yeah, but I never cared about the royal who they were dating. I always think it's a machine. It's all a ploy. It's all fake. They just make me try to care, and that's when I really give up.
I like Camilla. I love the way Charles and Camilla. He gave up one of the most beautiful women in the world for Camilla.
I mean, don't they call her
That's love.
Seabiscuit, which is bad?
Seabiscuit,
Don't
you
they call
can't
her?
do that.
Did they call her that? Isn't that her nickname? That's
No,
terrible.
really?
I didn't call her that. I've got no problem with the strong marriage. It's just Meghan just grinds my gears.
Well, all right. I need something to watch. This thing, the monsters, Ed Gein, is this?
You're always talking to me about getting into something true crime. Now, normally, let me just say, I don't watch like historical fiction on crime because to me, I'd rather watch the documentary. Give me the facts.
Yeah.
Give me the real people. I want to see them. But Ryan Murphy really does a wonder.
Oh, he's so good.
With this series that he's got called Monster. And the first one he did was Jeffrey Dahmer with Niecy Nash. It killed. It was amazing.
So many Emmys.
So many Emmys. Now he's doing the Ed Gein story. Have you ever heard of Ed Gein?
Yes, somewhat. He took people's body parts and like cut them out and like made him like his mom's face. Undid her face and made a mask for himself to be his mom.
Yeah, very like Buffalo
shit.
Bill. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like loosely related on him. I remember covering him on my podcast, my true crime podcast, and I remember specifically he would take some victims, and we're saying this is entertainment, even though this is horrible. That's how true crime kind of works. But it would make a belt out of people's nipples.
Oh, Jesus.
And
dude,
use their butt cheeks to make lampshades. Obviously, this was
now that's
we were
creative.
talking about plastic
now
surgery.
That's creative.
Where does the skin go from these plastic surgeons? Just saying, we don't know. Ed Gein, it could all tie
Look,
in.
let's turn on the moon.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not funny. This is a mutilated people. This isn't.
No,
good,
this
anyway.
it's a horrible story. He's one of the. When I say greatest, I mean it pejoratively. He was one of the most prolific serial killers of all time. And he is played by Charlie Hunnam, who is arguably, you're talking about Meghan Markle. I'd probably go straight for Charlie Hunnam. He's a gorgeous man. Played Jax in Sons of Anarchy. Just wildly handsome, objectively handsome. But Ed Gein is not a particularly handsome guy. So the way that they transform him, a little bit of the eyes and everything, they make him so creepy. It's definitely worth the watch. It is a really sick, twisted story, but it all comes back to people's mothers, always.
Dude, I'm watching it. Okay, Ed Gein.
Yeah.
And Real Housewives of Miami, baby.
Yes, no, those aren't related, by the way, but yes.
They're getting, by the way, when I need to come down from one, I go to the other. That's perfect.
Exactly.
Daryn Carp, we love you, man. That was awesome.
Happy birthday.
That was awesome. Sold. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. This old man is done. Hot Mics with Billy Bush, presented by LA Golf. Take your swing to the next level with LA Golf's cutting-edge technology. Visit lagolf.com and upgrade your game. You can always listen to us exclusively on TuneIn, just for that audio experience. And we're back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for Morning Mics. It's just a little gossip section. We go through the paper together. Give it a shot. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.